What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So it's an extremely slow week news-wise. No matches. It's a terrible international break. Of course, the news does not stop. So the purpose of actually making a video today is in regards to Jack Wilshere's contract situation. So we all know that Jack's contract is actually coming to an end at the end of this summer. And of course, we do all know that he has had injury problems in the past, namely up until he actually went to Bournemouth for his loan spell last season. He had been plagued with absolutely terrible injuries the whole time. At the time of recording this video, in the last few hours or so, Gareth Southgate came out with a press conference in Amsterdam for the friendly against the Netherlands, and Jack Wilshere had been selected for the squad, or to be part of the squad for this particular friendly before the World Cup, and he has been withdrawn from the squad for this particular game. He's supposedly picked up a small knee injury, and it's something that affects a lot of footballers over the years. It's just essentially part of wear and tear, so he was actually issued with a tiny little rest, and he should be back within the squad for the next friendly game that England will be certainly taking part in within this particular period. So the reason, as I said, of making this particular video is in regards to Jack Wilshere's contract. We all know, as I said, it's coming to an end, and it feels like we're continuously discussing contracts at Arsenal. Not many clubs, in my opinion, find themselves in this particular situation. Of course, a lot of clubs will have players with contracts coming to an end soon, but most likely, in most cases, they are not key players. As far as I'm aware, none of the top 6 do have players that they would consider key players that have contracts coming to an end in this summer. And it's a very peculiar situation that we always find ourselves in. Of course, we had the Van Persie situation back then, whenever that was, a few years back. We had the Alexis situation recently. Now we've got the Jack Wilshere situation. We also have the Ramsey situation looming over our heads in regards to his own contract situation, which is coming to an end at the end of next season. So it's a very peculiar situation we find ourselves in. So the contract offer that was put on the table from Arsenal to Jack Wilshere supposedly wanted him to take a pay cut, or requires him to take a pay cut, and the rest of his wages or salary, if you want to call it that, will certainly be made up of bonuses, which will be based on appearances made due to his injury history. But in my opinion, there's a massive lack of loyalty from the club here. This is an individual who's actually dedicated his own career to the club from the age of 9 years old. He's obviously stuck at the club, managed to rise through the ranks, and is currently an England international. If fit, in my opinion, Jack Wilshere is one of the best midfielders England has to their disposal, as well as the fact that this season alone he has put in a number of appearances, and he certainly has gone out, in my opinion, and actually proved himself that he does deserve a new contract. Apart from Jack Wilshere, really, there are multiple games that we've set here, or I've set here, spoke about how the rest of the team has played in a very poor manner. Apart from Jack Wilshere, who was certainly showing a hell of a lot of passion, and there are multiple games this season, and I believe there's a massive lack of loyalty from the club and Wenger in particular, because Wenger would have known of Jack Wilshere from a very young age. He is a player that would have joined the club whilst Wenger was in charge, and I believe there's a massive lack of loyalty and a massive lack of respect in regards to Jack Wilshere. Wenger himself earns £10 million a year. Surely there should be some sort of compromise to actually issue Jack Wilshere the additional 10-20 grand that he's actually probably requesting, really. And at this point, he's now actually put an ultimatum forward to the club to say, right, if you don't actually buckle in to my demands, which is what he is requesting as a football player, he will certainly be moving on. But what is being stated in the media is he doesn't not want to leave his boyhood club. He loves Arsenal. He wants to stay at Arsenal. Multiple times he's come out on video that he would love to stay, but for some reason the club do not see him worth actually giving him that additional 10-20 grand that he may potentially be asking for. He's certainly still quite young, in my opinion. I believe him and Ramsey as well moving forward will certainly forge in a fantastic partnership. Obviously, we haven't seen them play regularly together for a number of years. Up until this season, really, they've only played twice together as a partnership in midfield in the last 5 years. So that says a lot, really. We haven't seen what these two players could essentially do together, as well as the fact that I believe Jack is a fantastic link between the defence and the attackers. He can certainly drive forward, calling tackles or foul from the opposing team. So he's a fantastic player, and I do not know why we again find ourselves in this situation, but it's something that the club should certainly address very shortly. My gut instinct is Jack Wilshere will be going to the World Cup. He's certainly an England favourite, and he has been part of the setup from a very young age, as well as the fact that his performances this season, I believe, have merited a call up to the squad. And I do believe if he continues at the same pace, at the same rate this season, he will also merit a place on that plane to Russia. So really, I don't want us to find ourselves in a situation where Jack Wilshere goes to the World Cup, has a fantastic tournament, and a number of clubs will start sniffing about wanting to sign him for free as well. This will be very devastating. Of course, we've got some young players coming through the ranks, but of all the young Arsenal players, or the Arsenal players that came through the academy at the moment, I believe Jack will be that core. He is certainly part of that core. We do have Maitland-Niles. We've got people like Edin Ketia. Of course, he came from Chelsea. We also have the likes of Reece Nelson, but these players haven't taken the next step, which is actually solidifying their place in the first team, which is what Jack has done. And that experience, I do believe, will certainly be required at the club. And if I am not wrong, at the moment, I do believe Jack is the longest serving member of the squad. So that is very devastating. We continuously get rid of experienced players. He's extremely experienced, in my opinion. He's played a number of games, of course, over the years, bar the injury plagued years or seasons, if you want to call them that. But again, it'll be a very devastating move from the club. As usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you want to see him stay? Do you want to see him go? And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.